Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and with Aiden English, and today on Impact or Hit, we're going to talk about what happened first yesterday on Dynamite or Might. Yesterday on Dynamite or Might, we saw Seth Rollins beat LA Knight and Belasca, giving him the right to fight Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings come Heatwave soon. And we don't know what kind of what TWF heavyweight fighter Seth Rollins will make if he wins it again. I can only tell you one thing, Joey. It won't be good. If we know how Seth Rollins was when he was a two-time WWE heavyweight fighter, how he was when he was a WWE NXT heavyweight fighter, how he was when he was the FCW heavyweight fighter, and how he is as a two-time world heavyweight fighter in WWE, we just know that being a three-time TWF heavyweight fighter is not going to be as good as we think. I can tell you right now, Joey and Jonathan, Seth Rollins has been one of those greatest wrestlers to ever come to WWE. I mean, yeah, he spent some time in smaller wrestling businesses like FCW. When he got to WWE, everything worked out for him. It's true, Kenny Omega may never ever come to WWE. Well, he was in WWE for like 3 weeks when he worked in DSW. We may never ever get to see that. But WWE has their next, WWE's answer to Kenny Omega is Seth Rollins. And I believe when he becomes a three-time TWF heavyweight fighter, things will work out. Well, we hope things work out, Joey Styles says, because Baron Corbin's in the ring now. All right, everyone. I'm not going to bore you with back saga, back tail, and a bunch of all the other things. But I am going to tell you that there is a bind between me and the Evil Queen. And I know that's laughable. You're thinking, Baron, how can you have a bind with someone who's made up? Someone who is from folklore. I don't know what folklore. Germish folklore, Norvish folklore, Danish folklore, Swedish folklore, North folklore. I don't know. All I know is that folks would think it's laughable that I got a bind with a Disney self. They're like, how can you have a bind with someone who is from Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, that's so funny, right? That's not funny at all. No, we're thinking of Snow White, my mistake. And it's not even funny. You want to know the truth behind the saga? The truth is that saga talks about how you should never take gifts from folks you don't know, because they could always harm you in some way. So when Snow White takes the apple, not knowing that somehow it was cursed, and puts her to sleep? Well, that was like a way of telling folks, don't take gifts from folks you don't know. If they're not your friend and they're not your kin, they should not be trusted. But anyway, why does the Evil Queen even hate Snow White? Is it really over the grounds that a talking looking glass told her that told her that he believed or it believed that Snow White was more beautiful than she was? Is that what it's all about? And what's your big bind with me? Oh, because I'm not dumb enough to take cursed apples, I guess. You want to know what my bind with you is, Baron Corbin? Yeah, I like to know. You seem to think that you're greater than me. You seem to think that you wouldn't fall for a cursed apple or a spelled apple. No, I wouldn't fall for that. If you showed up with an apple, I wouldn't take it from you. What if I shifted my likeness? Even if you shifted your likeness and your shape, I still wouldn't take an apple from someone I didn't know. All right? And what you did to Snow White That's sinful. That's wicked. That's evil. That's unlawful. You know. All because your looking glass told you that it thought she was as beautiful as you were. Kind of fucked up, right? Well, this time I'm going to get even with you, Baron Corbin. This time I'm going to beat you. And before I do, I'm going to bring you way down to earth. You were in WWE for many years. You know, you were on NXT, Raw, and SmackDown sundry times, and the only things you ever did was, you won the WWE 4-1 right winnings. But that was after spending many years in NXT doing shit all. And somehow, when you were first on Raw, you were somehow the highest wicker of Raw, then the main wicker of Raw. Then they put you on SmackDown, you won the King of the Ring, and then you thought you were King Baron Corbin, the first of SmackDown, whatever you were calling yourself. That didn't quite work out, did it? Then somehow you won Gal in the Boundary one year and you lost that. Then you were on Raw for the 2-week time with John Bradshaw Layfield. Well, no, before that you were broke Baron Corbin because you lost all your gals. Then you were happy Baron Corbin because you ended up winning some of your gals back. Then you were broke Baron Corbin again. Then they put you on Raw for the 2-week time and had John Bradshaw Layfield be your overseer and help call you the next wrestling god. But you started losing matches and he fired you. After just fucking around, they put you then. Funny thing is, they put you on NXT for the 2-week time, where you won the WWE NXT Tag Team winnings with Braun Steiner. Then that broke up. Then what happened? They put you on SmackDown for the last time. You were teaming up with Apollo Crews. Then they let you go. At least I did a lot more in WWE than you ever did. You know. And if we're going to have a match here today, well, I'm going to beat you again, Evil Queen. And then you can go sob to that looking glass and say, why'd I get my rear kicked? Because you weren't a good wrestler, my queen. Well, the Evil Queen's not happy with Baron Corbin slighting her. So now she's going to take it out on him. And even though he came from Walmart, I believe, she came from Five Below. Joey Styles says the Evil Queen with a body slam. Then with the back, then with some kind of suplex. And Baron Corbin is now in the bind, Joey Styles said. Yeah, Jonathan Coachman said, no one would have said the Evil Queen couldn't wrestle. She could not fight. She could. She entrusts too much in her witchcraft. Look out! And she missed. And what's wrong with that? Aiden English said it was that witchcraft that helped her make a cursed apple or a spelled apple to put Snow White to sleep. Well, here it comes. The end of days. The Deep Six. The Evil Queen is down. Baron Corbin's going to win. You were saying? Well, maybe she should entrust in that spellcraft or that witchcraft of hers. It could help her out in the match, Aiden English says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin has beat the Evil Queen once again today on Impact or Hit, which I believe Joey Styles says, if there's any truth to it, that Carlos Silva, the four-setter of TNA, is working out deals with either A&E or with CW to get IW to get TNA Impact or Hit back on a Farseer folk working the 4-1 rights. Well, that's what I heard too. That's what I heard too. Jonathan Coachman says, if it is true, that's a whole other thing. And we won't know until we hear any truth to it, though. but that would be good for them to get another deal in the 401 rights besides PW, the PSN, or Pro Fight, which the two folk works they got to deal with. But one you have to watch it on Star Day nights, and the other one you got to watch it after it's broadcasted on in excess. If they could get a deal with either A&E folk work or the CW folk work, that would be good, because at least you could watch it on Thursdays if you wanted to, if you have either one of those two folk works. Yeah, Ain English says it is good, and hopefully it does happen. But hopefully it is something that is happening. Like also other news about Nick Kong, fourth setter of WWE, working on a deal with ESPN to get the W folk work on ESPN more sometime next year. If that shifts out to be true, we don't know. Aiden English said, but anyway, I still think it's sad if Baron Corbin beat the Evil Queen. Well, if she wasn't sinful, and she didn't do that sinful, evil, wicked, unlawful thing, then maybe she would have won the match, Joey Styles says. Yeah, she should not go around giving folks, deadly apples to folks then, Jonathan Coachman says. All right, take it away, Renee Young. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with the Evil Queen here today on Impact or Hit. Come on, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Okay, other way around. Now I gotta fight again just to get her stand up here now. Alright, Evil Queen, if that's your name or not. You lost to Baron Corbin again, and you might be feeling truly low right now. Oh yeah, Renee Young, I truly do feel low, and I'll tell you why. I could have had Baron Corbin beat. Baron Corbin thinks he's so great. Baron Corbin thinks that he wouldn't fall for my little stunt. But Baron, how would you know that it was me if I shape-shifted myself, shifted the way I spoke? How would you know? Snow White didn't know. And I'll tell you right now, this war between me and Baron Corbin is not over. I will be the winner of this fight. Well, if you're going to win this fight, it's going to be because you out-wrestled him or out-fought him, not because of any spellcraft or witchcraft. Yeah, it will be since I out-wrestled him, since I out-fought him. That will be why. At least I could tell you the truth. Baron Corbin did a lot in his time in WWE, now did he? Well, Baron Corbin was King of the Ring. He was the highest wicker of Raw, the main wicker of Raw. He did win Galled in the Boundary one year. He won the W4-1 right winnings. He did win the WNXT Tag Team winnings. Yeah, those are the only things he ever did. And he shifted so many cells. First, he was the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin. Wolf Killer, Baron Corbin. Highest wicker of Raw, Baron Corbin. Main wicker of Raw, Baron Corbin. King of the Ring, Baron Corbin. Broke Baron Corbin. Happy Baron Corbin. Broke Baron Corbin. The next wrestling god, Baron Corbin. And then whatever offshoot he was playing towards the end of his time in WWE. But I can tell you right now, I don't care, because I will get the last laugh. Well, the Evil Queen says she's not done warring with Baron Corbin. Which I guess is a sad thing. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Renee Young, for talking with the Evil Queen here today on Impact or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Impact or Hit. I Joey Styles with Jonathan Coachman with Aiden English. We hope you like Impact or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.